Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss a very important judgment of the Guwahati High Court, in which the question before the Guwahati High Court was that if the revision proceedings have been initiated on the behest of the Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, which was forwarded by the Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, are valid or not. The second issue in the present case was that if the assessee has not shown his long-term capital gain, which is exempt under section 10 subsection 38 in the return of income, so whether on this basis it can be said that the order passed by the assessing officer is prejudicial to the interest to the revenue or not. Both the issues have been taken by the Guwahati High Court in a writ petition filed by the assessee in the case of Karan Jain versus Union of India and others, and this case has been reported in 465 ITR at page number 1. The date of the judgment is 8th May 2024. In the present case, the case of the assessee was picked up for revision proceedings under section 263 for the assessment year 17-18. First of all, it is very interesting that the cases for the assessment year 17-18 has been picked for revision proceedings in a very large number. If we correlate this large number with the assessment year 17-18, the assessment year 17-18 was the last year in which there was interaction between the assessee and the officers, and picking a large number of the cases for the assessment year 17-18, maybe due to the demonetization or maybe any other reason, raises a big question mark on the credibility of the officers or the quality of the order passed by the assessing officer in a face-to-face regime. In the present case, the Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax made a proposal which was approved by the Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, and it was presented to the Commissioner of Income Tax to do the revision under section 263. The notice under section 263 was sent to the assessee, and after that ex parte order was passed. The assessee moved to the writ court, and when the court heard this matter, first of all the court said that the mannerism of initiating the revision proceedings under section 263 is that it should be by the Commissioner of Income Tax for calling the information or calling the records from the assessing officer and taking the front foot step by the Commissioner of Income Tax to initiate the proceedings. But if the proceedings have been initiated on the proposal of the Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax and then forwarded by the Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, then these very initiation of the proceedings are illegal, without jurisdiction and untenable. And the second issue in the present case was that the focal point of initiating the proceedings under section 263 was that the assessee has not shown his long-term capital gain, which is exempt under section 10 subsection 38 in the income tax return. It was the submission of the assessee that first of all the non-disclosure of the long-term capital gain, which is exempt under section 10 subsection 38, will not make the order prejudicial to the interest to the revenue, because even if it has been shown, then there is no effect on the tax liability of the assessee. Further, it was the submission of the assessee that the long-term capital gain has been shown in the income tax return by doing net the losses earned by the assessee. So even it cannot be said that the assessee has not shown the long-term capital gain into the income tax return. So on both the grounds, first of all, the initiation was bad because it was not at the behest of the Commissioner of Income Tax, it was behest on the assessing officer, which was forwarded by the Joint Commissioner of Income Tax. And secondly, non-disclosure of the long-term capital gain, which is exempt under section 10 subsection 38, does not make the order prejudicial to the revenue, because for initiating proceedings under section 263, both the conditions should be satisfied simultaneously. First of all, the order should be erroneous, and side by side it should be prejudicial to the revenue. So in the present case, at the face, the order was not prejudicial to the interest to the revenue. So the court quashed the initiation of proceedings and the order passed under section 263 of the Income Tax Act. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Karan Jain versus Union of India and others, and this case has been reported in 465 ITR at page number 1. The matter has been decided by Guwahati High Court and the date of the judgment is 8th May 2024. Thank you, friends.